life should always be a podcast in one way or another.
I can't help but point out how you're saying that not into the microphone. Jack's saying life should always be a podcast, not into the microphone so that it doesn't make it into the episode.
You don't know that?
I mean, the last bit of audio where our mics were down wasn't usable. You didn't put it in. So why would this be any different?
Perhaps this is an elaborate bit.
What is the bit? What's elaborate about it? What are you doing? What do you have to say for yourself, Jackson? You got anything? We're leaving a bit of dead air here. I'm trying to like leave room for you to say something funny. This is where you're supposed to be funny.
There's nothing. We got crickets going on in my head right now.
Bro's fucking clearing out the cobwebs in his head,
There are cicadas in my brain right now. The fly that came out my nose, cicada. We just didn't know it yet, and now it's in my brain and it's rattling around.
Oh my god.
It's over for me.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put my belt on the cat.
All right. Yeah, I think Jack might be fucked. He sucked in a fly the other day.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna let him out. Dude, he wanted so much fucking attention. Like, I was setting up the podcast, and he just kept staying in front of me and meowing at me. He would not stop.
This fucking guy.
What's up, Pot of the Dead?
What's up, Pot of the Dead? How's it going, everyone?
Why are we famous now?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're real big world famous.
We're like top like I would say our last few episodes went viral.
We went viral. That's it, guys.
It's crazy. And it's not even like one episode really popped off and then we went back to normal. We've had like 3 or 4 episodes go platinum. Yeah. It's crazy.
We're like if Drake was good at anything.
Like a Kanye situation if he wasn't a Nazi.
I had to mentally talk myself out of saying unless.
that was the right decision. It's always weird to me how you'll think of something that is really funny but you can't say it, but then you can acknowledge it after and go, okay, I didn't say this, however I thought it, and it would have been really funny, and then that somehow makes it okay.
I think it's the acknowledgement. It's the collective acknowledgement that what you're about to say is something that you know that you shouldn't have said.
It is bad.
Yeah.
However.
Yeah. It's that like you on your first attempt at saying it decided that it was not worth it because of it being bad. But then acknowledging that and then saying it is okay. Because you've acknowledged that that it is more important to not say it than it is to say the funny thing.
But still saying it and getting a laugh is more important than not saying it at all.
Yes.
Which I think there's definitely an argument to be made that shouldn't be the case. But
you could make a lot of arguments in the world, though.
You could make a lot of arguments. There are a lot of things to argue about.
Yep.
Jack, I think you need to change.
And so, do you say I need to change or I need the change? Because I also would take change. I'm very poor.
I don't have any change on me.
You don't have any change?
I don't have any cash on me either. I'm out of cash right now.
I haven't had cash in a very long time.
Actually, I need cash though because I can't get glovies at work.
You can't go to the titty bar.
How am I supposed to throw money at all the strippers? If I don't have a $20 bill to stuff down one of their panties, what am I supposed to do?
If you can't make it rain on the hose, then what are you doing?
I bet you if I was like, hey, listen, I'll go, give me cash to throw at them. Give me cash to make it rain on the hose. They absolutely would.
It'd be really funny.
So before the podcast, the reason the intro was so weird is that we were just like sitting here talking for a little bit before the episode, and we were like, wait, we should just be talking on the podcast. What are we doing? And that's what led to the whole life should be a podcast thing, which isn't even in the episode because Jack didn't say it into the mic.
Like that song, but it's not a video game. It's a podcast. What's that song?
I wanna ride it all night long.
That's not what I was talking about.
Well, life is a highway, but it's life is a podcast.
No, I was thinking life is what's the life is like a video game. That's that song, but life is like a podcast.
Life is like a podcast.
So I think
doesn't the syllables don't work.
So
out.
To me, you said that like you were gonna sing the DuckTales song. DuckTales is really funny. That's a good show.
DuckTales is pretty cool.
I've seen some of it because my dad watched it with my sister, and it's actually pretty good. Which also conveniently is a fantastic transition for me.
Okay.
So me and Mac finished Clone Wars 2 days ago.
Okay.
Clone Wars is on my Rushmore now of animated shows.
Really?
It has kicked regular show off the Rushmore.
It's kicked regular show off?
I fucking love Clone Wars.
Holy shit.
It is amazing. I think the only problem with the only issue with the show is that like the first like until midway through season 3 it's kind of mid. It's just not even kind of mid. It's pretty aggressively not a show where anything interesting is going on.
Okay.
Right? It's just like random fucking like character, like good guy fights random bad guy on random planet and nothing consequential happens because they don't want to upset the world. But then 3 seasons in, bitches just start dying. And it's like, oh my god, no, they're dead for real, gone now, forever. And
this is like an actual impactful moment in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, it's like, for the first like 4 or 5 seasons of the show, it's like, oh yeah, Obi-Wan fucking loves this person. Like part of their like his interactions is like, yeah, like the Jedi like aren't supposed to like feel emotion ever, which is crazy shit. But like
classic man stuff.
Classic man stuff. Even though there are women who are Jedi. Actually, like not even like 0. There's like a good amount of women, I think. The show actually does like a really good job, I think, with women. There's like a lot of women in it, which I am for some reason always surprised by.
I mean, because it's not a super common thing still. There are a lot of stories that are like written by men with men, and then maybe they have like a love interest who's there to go, wow, you're so cool, big man, and they go, I know.
Yeah, and it's pretty much what happened in this situation, in this pocket. But it's like Obi-Wan actually like kind of loves this person, and then she gets fucking killed by Darth Maul.
Oh shit!
And it's like, oh my god, and it goes so crazy all the time. Like, there's so many points where you're just like, holy shit, that was fucking nuts. And so in the last 4 episodes of the show function as like a movie, right?
Yep.
Oh my god, it's so good because it starts off right, and it's can I leak? Can I leak, or do you want to watch it?
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about Star Wars.
If you want to watch the show, which if you are like a person who watches animated stuff, right? Which the problem is that you are that person. If you watch animated stuff, I think you should watch Clone Wars. It is so good. If you were like, oh my god, guys, Puss in Boots is coming out, and it has a really accurate portrayal of of a panic attack. If you were saying that, you should watch Clone Wars. It is just a very, very, very good animated show where like shit matters. People like are interesting characters and are not just people who happen to be there at the time. It's all really interesting, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, I will not be watching it.
Okay, so if you don't want to see it, you can skip to a certain I don't know somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Just skip ahead a little bit. Use the fast forward button.
Skip ahead, and if you hear me saying anything that sounds vaguely Star Wars, then I'm still talking about it.
Just imagining someone skipping through and then you going like, so yeah, Darth Vader, he rolls up and he's like, killing bitches.
Dude, the problem is that I was telling my dad about it. He's never seen the show, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it," because he's like gonna be out of town like a month. He's like, "Oh, I got shit to do."
Yeah, he's gonna fucking.
So now he can't watch the goddamn podcast because I'm gonna leak the entirety of like the end of the fucking story.
Damn.
But so you understand kind of conceptually what happens at the end of the third prequel movie.
Yes.
And so. I was kind of hoping you would say no, but I don't know because I'm going to explain it anyways because people might not.
Okay, well, this is good news for me. I have no clue what happens.
Okay, so
I lied to keep the conversation flowing.
So the idea of the prequel movies is showing Anakin going from a person who's a Jedi to Darth Vader.
Okay.
Right? Like that is the entire that is the point of the prequel movies is to see that happen.
Okay.
Right? And in the third movie, it opens with Palpatine being captured by General Grievous, right? And then like Count Dooku is there. So do you know these people?
Yeah, I know these names vaguely.
Okay.
Count Dooku is such a funny name.
Funny name. Also, something I didn't know until watching the show, he was apparently Yoda's old apprentice until he was courted by the dark side, which I didn't know.
Oh.
But and there's like an episode where it's like Yoda's going through his past and he has to like resist the temptations of like joyful life. And it's he's like at like the Jedi Academy and like everybody who in the past like who he's cared about who's died is there, and it's so sad. It's awful. But so that's like the idea of the movies. And in the third movie it's like a bunch of Jedi die because like they're trying to like go get Palpatine, who's the big bad Emperor guy, but like they didn't know it yet. And then they're like, Palpatine is like, Order 66, do it. And then all the clones start killing all the Jedi, right?
Yep.
But what's shown in like the beginning of I think season 6 is that the clones weren't just like duping the Jedi. They weren't just like playing their part until the time came. They like were very legitimately soldiers who were part of the war, but they had like an inhibitor chip in their brain that like got switched on, and then they just were like, "Oh yeah, time to kill the Jedi."
Oh, weird.
And right, but they're like still kind of conscious. And something that gets said is that like every single clone subconsciously knows because they all dream about it.
Oh, Jesus.
Every one of them dreams about killing all the Jedi. And it's like it's fucked up.
That's crazy. Jesus.
And this like comes out through like clones that you've known through the entire show dying. And it's awful. People that you actually know and like real characters just dying, and it's like, "Oh yeah, no," and then they had this thing in their head.
Jesus.
And the problem is that the entire show that they lose. They lose because then you get to the next movie. It's awful. But the final 4 episodes of the show take place in conjunction, like same time as the third movie in the prequel series.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
It starts Ahsoka. You know Ahsoka?
Yep.
So she like has been gone for a while. She comes back, sees Anakin. Anakin's like, "Oh my God, we gotta talk a whole bunch," and Ahsoka's like, "Can't do that. We gotta go figure out this shit on Mandalore, which is the town, which like not the town, the planet of Mandalorians."
Yep.
And that's there because Darth Maul has taken it over, right? And I apologize if you didn't know that because Darth Maul in the first movie in the prequel trilogy gets chopped in half and falls down a really big old thing, but he's not dead. I don't know how, but he's not dead.
Yep.
Sith stuff. He lived.
Yep.
But so he's in this movie, and so it's always like, we gotta go get him, and then Anakin's like, "I can't do that because I gotta go save Palpatine from Grievous," right? He's like,
Yep.
"I can't do that because I gotta go do this movie that we did a while ago," right? So it's actually like I think really fun to think about, like that everything is all happening at the same time, and like Ahsoka ends up fighting Darth Maul, and Darth Maul is like, "Yeah, no, none of this shit matters. We're all fucked. We're all fucked, like now. Like, the entire universe is about to change. We're all fucked." And he's like, "But we could stop this. We gotta team up right now, and we can stop this shit. I did all this because I had to. There was no other choice. And Ahsoka's like, we could save it. And he's like, you don't get it. We're fucked. And she's like, nope. And then they have a fight, and it's sick. It's really cool. And then like, and Ahsoka beats him, and he's like about to fall to his death, and then she saves him, and he's like, please let me die. I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see it. And she's like, nope. And then like he's getting like kind of put under, you know, and he is just like screaming, like, we're all gonna die. We're all fucked. None of you know what's about to happen. And it's awful. And then they do, because the problem is that you know that at any point in these 4 episodes, all of Ahsoka's friends who are the clones are gonna start trying to kill her, and it's horrible. So they've like beaten them all, and they're back on their shit. And then like one of the guys like, all right, Ahsoka, I gotta go receive this thing from, you know, like the Chancellor. And then me and Mac were like, oh my god, this is it. It was it. And then it's awful. But then the fucking like the main clone guy looks up, like turns back to Ahsoka with like the inhibitor in his brain to kill her, and he's just looking up and going, and it's awful.
Jesus,
it's awful. And he's like, because some shit happened a season ago where people were like looking into the inhibitor stuff, he like just barely ekes out like, go look at this, do this now, and as his hands are just, it's horrible. And then she figures it out, and then she ends up saving that guy and gets the inhibitor chip out so he doesn't try to kill her. But then like all of their friends are dead. All of them. Like they're in like the big Star Destroyer ship, and like it's like it's going down. Also the thing that I skipped over is really horrible is that when all the clones found out that Ahsoka was back, she'd been gone for a while, they all painted their masks like Ahsoka's face. It's all kind of vaguely shaped, and like there's like markings on it that look like Ahsoka's face because they all wanted to like, you know, like show out for her.
Yep.
And then they're all trying to kill her, and it's so sad. And then they all die. And then everybody but Ahsoka and then her friend who's Rex all die. And then like the Rex, the other clone that Ahsoka's with, fucking buries all of them. And it's so sad. And then they leave, and then Ahsoka puts her lightsaber down there. She walks away, and then it cuts back to that same planet, but like covered in snow. So it's been a long time, and there's stormtroopers everywhere, so we're clearly a little bit into the future. And then Vader just rolls up and then finds the lightsaber, and he's like, oh my god, I liked her, man, because he's like, that was his Padawan. And the movie ends, and you're like, it's awful.
Damn.
But it's so good. I mean it in like every way. There were so many points where watching that movie and the whole show where I was just like, holy shit, it's so good. But yeah, it's on my Rushmore now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Now I gotta watch the show I gotta watch Arcane.
I won't spend as long talking about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry for talking about it for a while, but I was very excited about it.
Yeah, there were two sides of my brain where I was like, this motherfucker's going on for so long about this.
Yeah. I was really trying. I was really trying to hit a balance of effectively explaining it, but also hurrying the fuck up.
Yeah, because then the other side of my brain was like, this does sound pretty good though. Does
so
sound kind of
good.
Sick. It also have like no investment in Star Wars, which doesn't help.
Yeah.
Like negative investment in Star Wars. I don't want to get into Star Wars because most of the Star Wars shit is bad. I'm sorry, Ox, I was fucking with this. But yeah, no. Every character who sounds like an idiot is not an idiot in Clone Wars. They have it like Anakin in the prequel movies is a fucking moron. Like he just obviously there's a lot of shit going on. He's like being manipulated and all that shit. But like he is just stupid.
It's like in these situations, if he simply explained what he was talking about to somebody, the whole situation would change. But in the show, that's not what he does. He isn't like that. He explains himself well enough. But like the interesting bit of his character is that he's very, very loyal to people. If he likes somebody, he will go to the ends of the fucking earth to make sure that they're okay.
Okay.
And that's okay unless it's Palpatine. In that case, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go.
Yeah, so I watched through Arcane finally, which is a show that I've had people, mostly comedy salmon, yelling at me to watch a whole bunch. It's one that was on my radar, and I was like, yeah, it looks cool. Like, it looks like it has good animation. I remember when it came out, people were comparing it to Spider-Verse, and that like, it's on that similar level of like crazy, really good like groundbreaking industry level animation type shit. And so I was like, okay.
I want to see if I like even know what you're talking about.
You've definitely seen the show.
I'm sure I have, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I was expecting to go in and watch it, and it was going to be like a really well animated, just cool show. And now it's one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. It was so fucking good. It's actually like the animation is probably like second to Spider-Verse.
I don't know if I've ever seen this show in my life.
You've never seen anything about it?
Never once in my life.
Not like on YouTube recommended, being like, "Yo, this cool new show came out, guys."
Nope.
That's insane to me.
If I watch the trailer, will it be enough to understand it conceptually?
I don't know if the trailer gives. I haven't seen the trailer.
This looks like a Valorant trailer.
Yeah, well, hey,
I know. I'm aware. I'm just saying it looks like a Valorant trailer. It looks like I'm about to hear him just go, "Monster on the loose," and then Thrash is gonna come out.
Makes a lot of sense that it looks like Valorant.
Yeah.
When you really think about it.
I would have thought they would have not used I thought they would have like had a different animation style though. Whatever. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, I mean it's the style that they used in Arcane is fucking gorgeous. So
gorgeous.
Makes sense that they would want to reuse that and shit. But yeah, it's just a really good show. I honestly don't even want to talk about what happens in it because it's just so like.
It's also way less to watch.
Yeah, it's so far there's a season out, 9 episodes at like 40 minutes each about, which isn't like super short, but you can get through. I watched it in like a few nights. Watch like a few episodes every night. Yeah. It was just fucking good. It really makes me like League of Legends is so interesting outside of the video game. Outside of League of Legends, like the whole universe and all the shit that they do outside of that is super interesting and good.
I have never played League of Legends in my life.
Neither have I.
I don't really know what it's about, really.
It's not really about anything per se. Like obviously games got lore, and now they've got like more of a story. It's effectively just like a really big, expansive like fantasy setting.
Okay.
That they've got some like really good animations. Now they've got like short animations. Now they got Arcane. They've done a bunch of like music stuff. They got fucking KDA, like K-pop group, actually fucking fire.
Is fire?
I think it's fire. Right. Shit's so good.
Yeah, I'll probably fucking whenever Mac gets his nannying thing figured out, I'll have nothing to do and I'll spend a day.
Spend a day just watch through Arcane.
Just go through it. That's probably my plan.
Yeah, I think it's up there.
Would you say it's Rushmore? Would you put it there?
I don't know what my animation Rushmore is anymore.
Build it right now.
Build it right now.
I was thinking about you think about yours and I'll talk a little bit. I was like, oh my god, is Invincible on my Rushmore?
That was one of the first shows that popped into my head of like, is that up there?
Because I'm like, I feel like maybe it should be, but the problem is that your Rushmore is very specifically 4 shows, and mine are SpongeBob, Clone Wars, Futurama, and BoJack. And I don't know if I could confidently say that I'd rather watch Invincible than any of those shows.
Yeah, I don't think you can take anything off for that.
And the problem with SpongeBob is I have to go like all off vibes. Because however funny I think it is now, it was funnier to me 15 years ago. You know?
Yeah, like it's SpongeBob.
And so I have to just go entirely off of vibes.
I don't know what my animation.
Do you have any specifically? Or are you like, well, this show's got to be on it? Do you have any of those?
I mean, I might have to also have SpongeBob on there because it's SpongeBob.
It's SpongeBob.
Like we both grew up with it. It's fucking SpongeBob.
Those first 4 seasons were batshit amazing.
Yeah. So SpongeBob is probably on there. I think Arcane probably is on there. I think it's good enough. So, are we talking like animated shows? Because
yes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say fucking insane if I don't put Spider-Verse on there if we're not just doing shows.
Yeah. I think we could also talk about movies, but
that's a separate conversation though.
Ooh, super quick sidetrack. I was talking to my mom yesterday, right? And she was talking about to somebody, and I don't remember who said it, but she was like, yeah, somebody was talking about how like stupid the old phrase of like talkies is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they made movies that were like talking, and then they were like, yeah, what do you think movies is? And I was like, and then she said it to me, and I was like, oh my, that is what that is.
Yeah.
I feel like this isn't a 2 moment.
No, this is not, because I mean, you started talking and my brain was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because
like I saw where it was going. But
it's a moving picture. It's a movie.
Yeah, I think I've definitely like heard that or thought about that before at some point, but it's not something that it's just such like a ubiquitous thing that you don't think about it. You're not like, hey, this movie.
Yeah, just the E works way better phonetically on the word move and not talk. Because you're not ending with a K. Like
talkies, let's go talkies.
Talkies.
Fucking, you're eating a snack, bro. What are you doing?
Okay, so we could do animated movies. I'd be down to just fucking talk about animated shit for a while.
I'm down.
So let's get your
let's finish the Rushmore.
Your TV show Rushmore.
So it gotta be SpongeBob, the OG,
the GOAT.
I think Arcane goes on there. I think it's good enough that it lands a spot.
Okay.
I might gotta put BoJack on there too. BoJack was so good.
It's so good.
BoJack was like one of my like favorite like experiences watching through a show.
Yep.
Especially since we were watching through it together, and I could just go and talk to you and be like, "Holy shit! Oh my god!"
It's awful. It's so good.
I remember one night we were going to work. It was like an evening shift. And I think we were like hanging out together, and then we had just watched through like the ending of season 2 maybe, or some. We watched through one of the big ending moments, and then we just had to go into work and live with it. Yeah. And do you remember that night where it was just like, oh fuck. Hey, do you want a drink?
It's awful. I'm sitting and I'm thinking about. I'm like, dude, why did BoJack do that? Why did he do that? You know, you can have coffee. Yeah, why? Why would he do that? Don't go back into the boat.
No, don't go into the boat.
Don't go back.
And they fucking get you too, because he says no 2 times.
He says it twice.
He says no because he's like, no, this is too far for me. And then it gets pushed further, and he's like, no, I can't. No.
It's not. It's he does it.
Why'd you go back to
Why
the fucking
do
boat?
That? It's awful.
And it's not even the worst thing that he does in the show.
It's so bad.
Not even the worst thing. Dude, the fucking, what was it? The like 17 minutes or whatever, that thing.
So bad.
What the fuck?
I talked about it with Mac yesterday because Mac, like, she watched the first 5 seasons. She did not watch season 6, which I was like, that's crazy. But whatever. So I was just explaining it to her, and she was like, did he really do that? Is that real? And I was like, yes, it's so bad. It's so bad. And then like it wouldn't have mattered if he didn't do the interview again. Why did he do another interview?
Oh my god.
Why did he do that?
I like being intentionally vague about this so that people listening are going, what the fuck are they talking about if they haven't seen the show?
It's so bad.
What do they mean 17 minutes in another interview?
It's so bad.
Fucking alternate universe where instead of 60 minutes, we've got 17 minutes.
every like Sunday night, you sit down and you watch
a new episode of 17 minutes.
Where some random like 20-year-old star who's been there for the past 20 years overdoses, and then you just kind of sit with somebody else the whole time. And that's the show every week.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
All right, okay, so you got SpongeBob.
I got SpongeBob.
You got Arcane.
Got Arcane.
You got BoJack.
Got BoJack. I have no fucking clue what the last one is.
Okay, what other animated shows have you watched? So, because right now, I think that you have to prove that it's not Invincible. Because assuming that let's assume that you've only watched 4 shows ever. Then those are your 4 Rushmore shows.
I've definitely watched more than that,
obviously.
though. I've watched. I've watched like a lot of animated shit in the past. I used to fucking love Adventure Time.
Very good.
I want to watch through that now, especially because they got fucking Fiona and Cake coming out now. I want to watch that as well. I want to get that.
Where's oh my god, I lost it. Where's Avatar?
Avatar. I forgot about Avatar. Holy shit.
Where's Avatar? Does that make it?
I don't know if that makes it, but it's definitely up there. It might be like 5 or 6.
Would you put it ahead of Invincible? Does it make it over Invincible?
I think right now it probably does.
Okay, so right now you're standing with Avatar at number 4.
Yeah, I think right now, since Avatar is a complete show and we've seen all the like full arcs and stuff,
yeah,
edges it out a little bit for me. Regular show obviously is great.
So good.
Adventure Time, loved that. There's some like smaller ones that I don't know if I would actually put on the Rushmore, but like Chowder, Ed, and Eddie, classics.
So good. They're just great shows.
Fucking love both of those shows.
Watch the shit out of it. Dude, I watched it out of Chowder. I watched Flapjack.
Dude, fucking Flapjack was so good. And, oh my god.
And also, Flapjack is like one of the most important animated shows of all time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've both seen the picture where it's like, like J.G. Quintel, right? Is it a G or is it?
Yeah, it's J.G. Quintel.
Q. Okay, cool. I don't know why, but for a second there was doubt in my brain that it was a G and not a Q. J.G. Quintel like came from the show. The people who made like every show that you've watched on Cartoon Network that you were like, man, that was great. They worked on Flapjack.
Yeah.
Like everybody. Insane. So those shows like I don't
those I think aren't like
they
close enough to me to make the Rushmore.
But they're fantastic.
They are fantastic.
If people are watching it and are going, "Man, I did love Chowder," that might be on mine. Game.
Yeah. Nothing wrong
good.
with that.
Chowder was hilarious.
I had something else. I was thinking of something else and it's gone now. What the fuck did I have in my head?
Do you have any idea what it was? Like, can you like
no
point in the direction?
Nothing in my brain. I had something else I was gonna fucking talk about. What other goddamn show?
Something else that I learned while watching Clone Wars is that the same voice actors are like everything. Like there's such like a like in these like long animated shows, there's so many. They need to fill so many character roles, and they can just get whoever they want for them. So they just get like everybody. Like we'll know it here. People know it here. Takeo Misaki is Yoda.
Yeah.
And like if you know like the Star Wars narrator, like the guy who comes in the first like minute and a half of the Clone Wars episode and is telling you what's going on. Also Takeo. It's in like everything. It's crazy, but there's a character who I think was there for a little bit, but like on like his very last episode, he was talking and it clicked in my head that it was Kif.
Oh.
And then I was just like, wait a minute, oh my, that's him. Holy shit! And there was somebody else. There was somebody else that yeah, one of the Jedi is Hermes.
That's sick.
It's just there's so many people who just go back and forth and just randomly this person that you've known because they've been in media your entire life. Like the guy who plays Tank Dempsey also is Brimstone in Valorant.
Yeah.
Also, I think he's in a Clone Wars thing, but I could be wrong. He's also the animated voice of Wolverine and Magneto. Crazy.
Yep. Yeah, and it makes sense because it's like VAs, they got to find work where they get it. So they just
go.
You get your name out there, they get you for shit.
Yeah.
In a similar vein to recognizing Futurama characters from stuff, I was watching one of my friends play through Spyro a little bit ago, and one of the fucking side characters showed up, and it was just Fry.
I did some of that.
Yeah, it was fun. Just fucking Billy West was there voicing this like I say side character, but it was like the side character of the main character, so he was there like a lot.
So he's just always there.
Pretty much, yeah. It was just fucking Fry.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna quick aside this again. I saw a short yesterday that I thought was really interesting. That it was like Fry falls into the vat of the cryo freeze at midnight, right?
Yep.
But he wakes up in the middle of the day, right? And but that's not that's not because of like them just like needing to put him during the middle of the day in $29.99. That's because every year we lose 27 seconds, and the math works out in a way that if he came out 1,000 years later on the internal clock, which doesn't have any faults and doesn't lose 27 seconds a year, he would come out at about 4:30 p.m. in the middle, just during like the day before, like that day.
That's cool.
Which. And you can roughly say that that's about the time that he comes out, because when he comes out, he sees Leela, and Leela's like, "It's fucking New Year's Eve, bro. I want to get out of here," and which implies that she's at the end of her day.
Yeah.
And most people are working a 9 to 5, which means that it's roughly about 4:30.
That's that's cool.
And you would say, and you'd be like, "Oh, that might just be coincidental,"
No, it's not.
Not with them. Not with them. They don't do that. They figure that shit out.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
That's Futurama.
The Futurama writers 1,000,000% thought about that and went, "Yeah, it'll be a cool little detail. Someone will notice that."
Yeah.
Someone will notice that fucking 26 years later.
Yeah, no, like when they did when they solved a math problem.
Yeah.
And they just have it on a board because the Globetrotters figured it out. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Or there was that one episode where Fry had like some savings and he became a billionaire, which is like actually how much money he would have had.
Yeah, that's like episode 4.
Yeah. I remember that because that was one of the ones I watched through when I was going through the series again.
It's really good. It's a good episode.
And then they had that one where there was a dog.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh.
That's so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. I think
so you're calling
Avatar
that,
probably
calling
goes
that top
on
4 all time?
Yeah, Avatar is so fucking good, dude. Avatar is such a good show.
I didn't watch it a whole lot as a kid because I watched Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I watched SpongeBob when it was on Nickelodeon, and then I watched Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Which is why I'm like, dude, all these good shows from when I was a kid, and just listed off every like 2009 Cartoon Network animated show, like, because they were all bangers. They were all fantastic.
All fucking peak.
Dude, and the thing is that what's really interesting is that, like, obviously we're not like, dude, the cartoons on these channels these days are garbage, man. They're so bad, right?
Yeah, there's some good shit out there.
So it's like some of them are good, but also like a lot of them are really bad.
A lot of them are bad, but I think.
But the question is, like, are we wrong? Are they as good as our shows were? Like, is my sister, like, she's not, because she watches like YouTube and like Jade Animations all the time.
Yep.
But like, are people who are growing up right now going to feel the same way about shows as we did about as I do, a 20-year-old who just like yesterday had a regular show kicked off as Rushmore, right?
Yep.
For another show that I watched on Cartoon Network as a kid. like that's where it was.
The answer is yes, absolutely.
And
100% yes.
But I think that the shows are so stupid. But I'm like, surely I'm not wrong.
Somebody in like 10 years is gonna go, dude, Teen Titans Go though.
But the question is, are they like, are any of us wrong? Like, is your show not actually that good? You just gave a lot of a shit about it. Like, is Teen Titans Go actually not a great show, and they just give a shit a lot? They just love it because they were kids. Or like, is regular show not that great of a show, but we loved it because we were kids? And does that go for any of the likes of Flapjack, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Chowder, Adventure Time, Gumball? Like, does that go for any of those? Are we is our love and deeming of Fantastic Show incorrect because it's just kind of mid?
I don't think so. I also don't think people who are watching shows now and going, "Oh my god, this is great," who in 15 years are gonna go, "I fucking love that show, dude. Oh my god." They're also not wrong.
All right.
It's just like whatever you watch as a kid, that shit's gonna stick with you and be good.
Yeah. I do. I love regular shows so much. They're so funny.
You go into stuff with like a different perspective as an adult, so you watch something that like quality-wise absolutely would be on par with the shit you saw as a kid, but it doesn't land the same way.
So, did I tell you that Mark Hamill is in the show?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I told you already, but I'm gonna tell them now. Mark Hamill is in the Clone Wars show, and he's not Luke, which is really funny because they were like, I mean, he's a voice actor now, he's technically like a normal actor.
But he's a voice actor.
But what other thing other than being Luke Skywalker has he done that you can think of?
Like acting wise?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Nothing. He don't do that.
Yeah.
He's a voice actor and he's like the GOAT.
Yeah, I think of Mark Hamill and I think of the Joker.
Yeah, and he just shows up for like 10 minutes playing the first ever Sith. And it's awesome.
That's sick.
It's just it's so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love Clone Wars.
Yeah. I don't know. What you were talking about before kind of has me think. I don't even know a lot of the shows that are out right now. Like I only really hear a lot about like the more adult oriented animation shit like Invincible, and then the bad stuff. Like I hear people talk shit on Teen Titans Go sometimes.
Yeah, and then like what was that? What was the one? So doesn't like Cartoon Network have like or who is like Loud House or whatever the fuck?
Oh, Loud House, God, yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the companies was like, "Here's our take on it, but they're Hispanic," and everybody was like, "No, no," and then they're like, "Are bad," and it's funny.
Dude, fucking Dan Povenmire was attached to that show too. That shit hurt because he's Phineas and Ferb.
Oh,
he's the Phineas and Ferb guy, and I was just like, no, not you. I like you. You made a good show. You do funny TikToks now.
Does he?
Yeah.
I personally have no attachment to Phineas and Ferb.
Really? None?
I didn't watch Disney Channel.
I guess that makes sense, but dude, Phineas and Ferb was fucking great.
Like I respect the game, and I think that like the Doofenshmirtz shit, like I'm not like it isn't the situation where I'm like everybody likes it, so I think it's weird, that I do like all the time. Like Doofenshmirtz is hilarious.
Yeah, Doofenshmirtz is such a good character.
He's so funny, and then his interact like Perry's also his shit's really funny. They're both hilarious. Right, but I was like, I didn't think the rest of it was super funny. Like, I think that like that's the bit that I think is funny. I think the rest of it's all right.
Yeah,
and I just didn't watch it.
That's fair.
Like if I went on Cartoon Network and Uncle Grandpa was playing, and then I went on Nickelodeon, and it was like some shit, and it was like
Fanboy and Chum Chum.
I was gonna say Fanboy and Chum Chum. And it was Fanboy and Chum Chum, but then on Disney Channel it was Phineas and Ferb, and we're watching Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, you got to be Fanboy and Chum Chum because that for us is like the default bad cartoon of that channel.
I also didn't hate it.
I also didn't hate it. I watched it and I was like, this is TV.
It's like I was like, I mean, it's all right. Also, I kind of threw Nickelodeon away a little bit. I forgot about Oh my god.
Oh, dude, there's so many fucking Nickelodeon
Jimmy
shows.
Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron.
Love
Fucking
Jimmy
Danny
Neutron.
Phantom.
Danny Phantom. Oh, I forgot about Danny Phantom entirely. Danny Phantom's so good.
Danny Phantom was great.
The Fairly Odd Parents.
Holy fuck.
Really good.
Oh my god, early Fairly Odd Parents was
completely blanked on those.
Top tier. Dude, there's so many fucking good shows.
Dude, they're so good. I wanna just look at a list for a minute. I wanna look at a list. Hold on. Let's look at Nickelodeon shows, because Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it, because I'm thinking about it. There definitely are like good, more recent shows. Like I guess now Steven Universe is like kind of old at this point.
A little bit.
But it was a little bit after my time of like watching that type of stuff. Steven Universe to me still feels recent. That is like,
I think because it went on for a while.
It did go on for a while. Yeah.
Because it like showed up. It was in like the Uncle Grandpa wave.
Yeah.
Right. Which doesn't necessarily mean that it is the same level as Uncle Grandpa.
Uncle Grandpa feels so much older to me though.
To me they feel the same.
Yeah, Uncle Grandpa feels like it's from like
to me
time before.
To me Uncle Grandpa was the Herald of Doom. Because I did not like Uncle Grandpa at all. And that came out like after like what I would deem the GOAT wave, which is like spearheaded by regular show Adventure Time and like Gumball.
Yeah. Those are like all of those are good shows.
Also we missed also Invader Zim and Back at the Barnyard.
Back at the fucking so Invader Zim, as good as it is, I missed on that one. Never watched it.
I really enjoyed Invader Zim.
I know it's good. It's just one that I never saw it when it was on, type of thing. Back at the Barnyard though, that was my shit, dude. Holy fuck.
I love that Back at the Barnyard movie, dude.
Dude, I just watched the fucking show. I've never even seen the movie.
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's in the movie that there's just this scene where like Johnny Cash is playing while the main character is Otis, right? That's his name.
Yep.
Where Otis's dad fucking dies.
Oh my god.
Fighting off the foxes trying to kill the chickens. It's so sad. Like I think as a kid I cried watching it. Because it was so sad. Because it's just I think it's like it's just like Won't Back Down by Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Playing as he's fighting them off, because there's just so many of them and they all look so fucking fiendish. They all look so devilish. It's horrible.
Oh, dude, we gotta watch that movie sometime. Back at the Barnyard.
Also, I pretty much from what I'm seeing, I kind of named all the good ones.
Yeah, something else to keep in mind is that there were other shows running at the time when these were coming out.
Yeah.
So like obviously we're cherry picking all the good ones that we remember, but there was also a lot of shit that got played.
Also, next to my thumb, there is The Loud House and The Really Loud House.
Jesus.
They pulled the Disney on them, and 3 seasons in they made a new show.
That's so fucked. There's also I like how under that there was Kerblam.
Kerblam on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other recent shows. I know there's the Owl House, which people really fucking love.
Oh yeah.
Owl House is a recent one that's like I think from what I've seen, it's viewed as like modern classic level, like GOAT show.
Agatha loved Owl House. Didn't it get canceled?
It did.
Yeah, and I was really sad for her. Bro, Ben 10?
Yeah, dude, I thought about Ben 10 earlier. I was in the middle of something, so I didn't bring it up. Ben 10 though, the one where they were like teenagers, like Ben 10 Alien Force or something. That was my shit. I missed out a little bit on like the original Ben 10, but God, the slightly later one.
I loved Ben 10. Also, that one clip that came out of it where the guy's like, "Listen, you gotta treat a car like you treat a woman," and then she's like, "Go on," and he's like, "No."
I sense that I've made some kind of mistake.
It's so funny.
It's such a good clip.
It's fucking hilarious. Okay, hold on. Current. Do I look at the current programming?
Look at the current and see what's on. See if we recognize fucking any of them.
Okay. So these are all just Okay. These are showing the stuff that's currently on and then like shows when it kind of came in.
Okay.
Holy shit! It's been a decade since Teen Titans Go.
What the fuck?
It has been a decade.
That came out in oh my god.
2013.
That makes sense because it came out when I was still living in like the house.
Yeah, we watched that show a little bit. Like that was about that was the end of our time.
Okay, hang on. Before we go on though, gotta mention OG Teen Titans is so good.
Banged every time.
Oh my god. I remember watching through that shit on rips on YouTube, dude. It was so fucking good.
It's so good. There is not very much. Oh, they have Coco Melon.
They got Coco Melon on Cartoon Network?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Total Drama Rama.
God.
The Looney Tunes show. But they've also just been running reruns because it lasted for like 3 years. Apple and Onion.
Nothing.
Clarence.
I've heard of Clarence.
Yeah, Clarence was 2014. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, that was part of the so it's bad now. You know.
I don't know if Clarence is even that bad though.
It might not be, but I'm telling you how we saw it.
Yeah, that was I remember seeing that and going, this shit looks mid as hell, bro.
Yeah. Again, we had the point where we had all of the shows that we liked, and then just anytime a new show came out, we were like, shit's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, regardless of any legitimate quality that it had, it was like Uncle Grandpa, stupid.
Yep.
Clarence, stupid.
Steven Universe, also stupid. I thought the same thing about it.
We'll circle. Gotta give it some. Gravity Falls, banged.
Gravity Falls. I've never watched Gravity Falls.
Me neither. Banged.
Yeah.
I have watched. But I haven't been like, all right, time to watch Gravity Falls.
I do want to watch through it. I think that would be a fun one to watch the whole series on.
Yeah, my cousin Emerson, who was is on a Lost Pod of the Dead episode.
Oh yeah.
Which again I feel really bad about. Did I ever get him on? Did we ever get him on? Because that was way back.
Yeah. Because
that would have been episode 11.5.
Jesus, that was a long time ago.
Way back. Because would have been our first Christmas episode because he was here for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we started in like October.
Yeah, we haven't done anything with him since.
Yeah, but yeah, we were gonna. Yeah, or no, whatever. He loved Gravity Falls.
Okay.
He really loved Gravity Falls. Also, there's just like a whole world of like the DC shows.
Yep. That
are like all super good.
That is true.
Yeah. Also, Gumball has been going for 12 years.
Jesus. Yeah, Gumball's nuts.
Yeah. Okay, so
there's like a newer show that I remember that I think like OKKO. I know almost nothing about it except for the fact that in one of the episodes there's a character that comes in who's voiced by Jonathan Davis, the lead vocalist for Korn. And his character is entirely nu metal references. He just says a bunch of nu metal references for like 2 minutes, and it's great.
So that's funny.
And that's all I know about the show, and it's given me a positive look on it. I go, someone on that writing team fucking loves nu metal, and that's awesome.
That's sick. Okay, also, so that's it on like shows that we would even a little bit recognize. Also, apparently there's going to be a Total Drama Island revival.
Yeah, that's been floating around a little bit.
I didn't know that.
The voice of the fucking what's the main guy's name? Chris something.
Just Chris.
Just Chris?
I think it's just Chris.
He definitely has a last name.
He might.
Like Chris McLeod or something sounds right.
McLean.
There it is. Yeah, Chris McLean. His voice actor is like different a little bit, and he just sounds off.
It's unfortunate.
Which is no good. You can't fucking revive Total Drama and not have the OG Chris McLean.
Yeah, like you can't revive Futurama and not have the OG voice of Amy's dad.
That character is so fucking. They made a good decision with that one.
It's really funny. They had to be like, "Hey, so do we want to have him talk again?" And everybody's like, "No, no."
Yeah. At least they got all the important voice actors back.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm looking at. Okay. Now, oh my God. Now I'm looking at original programming for Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Which is a fairly long list. Or yeah. I guess that's the wrong word. Former programming.
Okay.
And everything about a name is actual like built from Cartoon Network. Like not like Warner Bros said here's a show, let's put it on Cartoon Network. like Cartoon Network made it. And these are shows that banged. Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay.
Johnny Bravo.
Yep. These are like a little bit before my time.
Yeah, these are 90s. These are 90s. Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
Ed, Edd n Eddy. 1999.
Jesus. What a fucking powerhouse of a list so far, dude.
Courage.
Fucking Courage. Oh my god.
I didn't watch it very much, but Samurai Jack was really good.
Samurai Jack. I didn't watch Samurai Jack really, or Courage.
Sorry. Codename Kids Next Door.
I have not watched a single episode of Codename Kids Next Door.
Watch it.
Nope.
It's so good.
I did not see one full episode of that show.
Dude, like the kids like grow up. Have you seen the kids growing up?
No. I've seen like
they're only in the treehouse when they're kids, and like when they grow up, their minds are wiped.
Oh damn.
So like I don't know if it happens more than once, but at least once they have to wipe the mind of somebody, and they have to like lose their friend.
Jesus.
And it's so sad. The Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy.
Dude, I watched oh my fucking god. I love that show. Holy shit.
So good.
Oh my god.
I'm also hold on, what am I had something in my head and now it's gone.
OG fucking Grim Adventures.
What? There it is. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch that one either?
Nope.
You're a freak. You're a freak.
I didn't watch Foster's. It's
so
good though. Every single one of these so far is like a banger show.
Also, there's Clone Wars up there.
Okay.
But this is also. No, this is the 2D one. Oh, it's the 2D show, which is there's no character development in any of it. It's like ends up being like 2 total hours of footage, but it's just people doing cool shit. It's just like every episode is like, oh yeah, and then Mace Windu kills 1,000 droids.
Oh
and
yeah,
just
that.
gets them.
Yeah.
And it has the clip of Grievous just stomping on the guy.
Yep.
And the guy it's so good. It's so good. I love it. So then we got Flapjack was 2008?
Surely not.
June 5th, 2008. Ran for 2 years.
What the fuck?
Crazy.
That show feels like it came from like 2005.
Yeah, it feels like it's before our time.
Yeah.
It was. So okay, so for me, I had my cousin Aiden, who is 4 years older than me. So everything I did, or every space I was in, he was in 4 years before me.
Yep.
Right. Like that. That's one of the reasons why I got. I was still on like the waves of all these old shows because my cousin Aiden watched them.
Yep.
Also, it's a Nickelodeon show, so I'll mention it really quick. Rugrats.
Never watched Rugrats.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you so much. I watched the shit out of Rugrats.
It's good. I know it's good. Never watched it.
Oh, and then just this line.
What do we got?
Perfect line where you just got Adventure Time. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien? Is that what you watched?
Probably. I think that's the one where the Kevin clip that you were talking about came from.
Okay. But so then you got just regular show. Adventure Time. Other things.
What are the other things in there?
That's actually kind of that's the line. Because then it goes a couple of shows that I have no idea what they're talking about.
What are they?
The Problem Solvers.
Okay.
It lasted for about 7 months.
Sick.
Done. Secret Mountain Fort of Awesome. Also less than a year.
Shocking.
And then we hit Uncle Grandpa. Which, I actually binked it, came out 2 months before Steven Universe.
Wow.
I knew it.
I mean, yeah, I knew they were of the same era.
Okay, KO. Let's be
is.
heroes.
There it is.
And then that's those are those are just the Cartoon Network properties, and now we can go through like the Warner Bros. Shit, which had Justice League and Teen Titans, and just
oh my God.
just a bunch of just all the DC stuff. All the DC stuff, also Scooby-Doo, also Mad.
Jesus.
I loved Mad.
Never watched Mad.
My God. You will be put in a bush.
What does that mean?
I will plant your skin onto a bush.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Onto a bush. And that's and then we got that's it. Those are the shows. They're very good.
Yeah. Animation is so fucking good.
Also, something that very very quick thing that will relate to you that I watched from this Vikings thing that I'm watching is that apparently for like about 2 weeks in like the 90s, Tom Clancy was gonna buy the Vikings.
Huh.
Like that, the real Tom Clancy was gonna buy the Vikings.
That weird.
Yeah, no, it was weird because it just like all of a sudden they're like we need somebody who's like wearing a cool hat to buy the Vikings, and then just Tom Clancy pops up and just like, what? The real?
Why the fuck is Tom Clancy there?
Because he wanted to buy the Vikings for like 2 weeks, and then apparently it was like a done deal. And then just some shit happened, and then they were like, "It's okay, so we need Tom Clancy here to sign the papers," and he was like, "No, I'm gonna go. You know me. I'm Tom Clancy. I'm gonna go sign some books. I'm not doing that."
What the fuck?
And then he didn't do that. It is not in my head that Tom Clancy is an author, and that's why he's.
Yeah, I think of Tom Clancy and I think of Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six. like I remember I. Hold on, because I have Rainbow Six over here somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah, I bought it and then I played it like once and was like, why would I ever want to play this ever again in my life? But it's over here somewhere. It's I don't know. Maybe it's up there. No, it's not up there. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Six is somewhere in this house. And
we are proud owners of Rainbow Six Siege by Tom Clancy.
Yes. It's been an hour.
Has it?
Yeah. We're an hour 4.
Damn. The fucking Pot of the Dead animated special.
The animated special.
That's what we're calling this.
And then I think that really easy lets us use the thumbnail we were talking about.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I was gonna say that's perfect.
The picture of you is so funny. It's just so funny, dude.
God.
I can't believe I drew that and then was like, yeah, that's good. Also, I didn't even draw that in MS Paint. I drew it in. I don't think I did. I think I just screenshotted it and then drew over the screenshot.
Oh my god!
Like that's how I drew those pictures.
What? What do you mean?
All the pictures that I have of like the 4 of us for the D&D thing we were gonna do. Like I just screenshotted it and then like went into the Photos app. And then was like, edit picture. Pencil.
God.
And that's how we got those.
Jesus Christ.
I
gotta change your PFP, man.
I think both our profile pictures are accurate depictions of how you look. And like your whole vibe.
No. One of them.
Yours is like your vibe. Mine is more how you actually look.
One of them is a drawing that actually had like any amount of time and effort put into it and any amount of thought. And then there's my profile picture.
That's true. That's true. It looks so funny. It looks so funny, dude. Just the 2 strands of hair coming from like here and here is so funny.
I think that it would be a really funny bit if during the episode you just have that picture over where I would be sitting very slowly fading in. And so by the end of the episode, they just see that. And now we're talking about it as I'm fully realized as my true self.
So like 40 minutes into the episode, it's just like, it's like the opacity is like 60%. So you can just like mostly see it. And it's like you're not super visible anymore. And everybody can see the picture. And they're like, what is going on?
Yeah. I think that would be really funny.
As I'm just talking about Clone Wars for way too long and losing all our viewer retention. This episode comes back down to earth. I am expecting this episode to not do as well as the previous ones. But I felt that way last time too.
Yeah.
And the time before.
At some point it'll come crashing down. It has to.
Yeah. But or maybe it never will. Maybe we just are this. We're famous.
We are viral.
How does it feel to be more famous than you've ever been in your entire life? I'm pretty sure I asked you the exact same question on last week.
I have no clue what I answered last time, but I gotta say, this life of fame might not be for me, Jackson.
Not for you?
Might not be for me. There's too much pressure on me now. There's hundred of people
that
who are watching.
Yeah, that one guy. The last so we haven't gotten a comment in like 2 weeks, which is weird. I feel like we would have more when we had this many viewers.
No, it's just people go to the episode and they actually listen to it, and then they just go, "That was good," and they click off.
Like 4 people listen to it. It's like 4 people.
Yeah, so those 4 people listen to it. They have a good time.
But the only comment that we've had in the past like 2-3 weeks is just a guy saying promo _SM.
That dude also commented on my channel saying that on a random like live stream VOD.
It's really funny.
So I don't know what they're.
I'm concerned that our viewership is fake, and then it's bots.
I don't think it's bots.
I don't think it is. I'm going to assume that we're just getting more views, but that's in the back of my head.
I mean, yeah, because you saw the like stats. YouTube was showing the impressions of being like, we're getting pushed more into the algorithm now. That's all it is. There's more people are seeing the pod, and of a very small percentage of them are going, I'll see what's going on here.
Yeah, we have reached the portion of YouTube that is like the 3rd video on your suggested videos feed when you're currently watching a video
that has like no views.
It's like no views. Like that's us now.
Yeah.
And we tend but the problem is that video the people are watching tends to skew more conspiracy theory than I'd like.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I dropped that screenshot. Yeah, dude, there's so many of them are like, was the moon landing real? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, but was it? And I'm like, oh. But yeah, apparently we can get our strike removed.
Yeah, did you ever... I assume you didn't figure that out based on how you said that.
Working on it.
In progress.
In progress.
Okay. Gotcha.
We just scanned YouTube Studio. It's safe. It's a weird noti.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching Pod of the Dead.
Yes, thank you, viewers, as always.
Thank you, Bolt. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Pod of the Dead. I might have to kill myself.